Trust board hasn't been meeting, so I haven't been charging them. Okay, so I gotta wait till this is not black.
Do you have the master plan survey questions? Is that what this?
You are live.
Okay, let's go ahead and I'll call the Monday, November 18th, 2024, 6 p.m. Parks and Recreation Board to order. And let's go ahead and pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for that. Do we have any public comment and any items not included in the agenda, Ms. Abra? Okay. I'll give you a chance to take a look at the minutes. Okay, so that was the correction of the in red. Okay.
Yes, and I found another one when I went home, so that's the other one. It was the date on the top of those that were on the agenda. Right. Something with the date was wrong. Anyway,
August to September, yeah. Okay.
Madam Chairman, do you have a copy of those? I did not think to print the survey questions. Do you have a copy of the survey? Or can we get, I have them up right here, what he changed and everything, but I don't have a...
I don't even know that I have mine with
me. You might have to pull them from your phone.
Okay. But I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes for October 21st, 2024.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Motion made, seconded, by affirmation it's approved. Recreation Master Plan Survey Questions, Distribution and Plan for the Christmas Stroll. Okay, so our survey methods, when we fixed those survey questions, and I didn't even bring that with me, but I think the questions are good as written, and we can.
And I can read them. I have them up. So if anybody needs me to, I don't know.
There were 10 total, right? There are 10 on that.
I have
8 or 10.
7. But maybe that's not the right one then. 7?
Okay.
Well, it was Lindsay's attachment. Is that the correct ones?
So on the survey questions, since I may have mentioned earlier, my email got hacked and I wasn't able to see the survey questions. The only one I had for it was for the larger property. Would we put a question there asking the public on their view of the shotgun range and the Rod and Gun Club keeping up with their lease or not? Because if they stay there, there's not much we can end up doing with that property from what we saw prior. Is that something we would want to ask the public beforehand, or no? I missed a question before.
I don't know. I mean, that's. How would you feel if they were single? I mean, they have an existing lease. I don't know if we have the right to break that lease.
But when it comes up again in the 2029, whatever it is, when it comes up for the renew of it, but like I said, for the master plan, the long term, is that something we need to see if the community still wants that there, or they want to take that property and convert it to whatever they come up with?
That's a good question.
Because as it sits right now, there's not much we can do around the property if the Rod and Gun Club sits there and the community they want everything that recreation side is set for that, but if that's still there, then how do we manage the property without getting more property?
But if they just take out the skeet part,
Yeah, if they take out the ski
Then-
part, yeah.
which I think seems like when he was here talking to us before, that was like he wasn't surprised or like that would be.
Well, he said that
Well, they had planned on moving the ski.
he had planned on moving the
back
skeet,
out
but he
by
wanted to move. He wanted to turn the skeet range that they have now into an archery range,
Which would be much safer.
which would be much safer.
and,
Which would
and
be
they could swing it too,
Mhm,
Yeah.
yeah,
which then would just leave an environmental cleanup
correct.
for the lead. But from what I understand, their skeet range up on the hill
They
up there
do
has
trap up the hill. And they do skeet down here. They do trap on the hill
Yeah.
and skeet down here.
They got a bow range up there too.
But I also know the police department uses the skeet range down here and like the pistol range too. But I guess they use that skeet range for training purposes also. But my only question I had would be, would we want the public opinion on long-term keeping that lease or
relinquish of the lease.
releasing
to-
the lease at the end of the 20? I know it's a pointed question compared to some of the other ones, but it would.
But I mean, this master plan is something that, I mean, you're looking 10, 20 years down the road, and
Yep.
that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Do
And that helps the commissioners when it comes back up for the renewal of the lease on, well, the community voted to get rid of the lease or a community voted to keep it. So
Right.
that way there won't be as much infighting maybe. So
Yeah,
I think that would be a question we probably could add pretty easily.
yeah.
Ask them to add that question and somewhere in the survey.
somewhere in the survey, yeah,
When we're talking about the larger piece of property.
correct.
Rod and Gun Club currently has a lease until 2029. Should the county commissioners renew that lease or not?
Or not, and
And then what are your thoughts on the use of the property? That would be a good question to ask, and we can definitely forward that on.
okay.
Okay. All right. Anything else that came up on that?
So I missed the field trip. Was there anything big on the field trip that came out?
I don't think so. We discussed the survey questions when we got
Mhm.
back. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay.
Just that smaller property looks awesome for like
Yeah.
a YMCA. It's a perfect spot. That type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I can't think of anything. There was really no surprises that we saw. Or
Mm-mm. No, and we just discussed that, even if we swung the skeet range over,
Mhm.
would that open up some more land? And,
Yeah.
and then where do we go from there? Not much else.
Okay.
It was a nice windy day.
yes, it was.
Well, and there was discussion on, putting ball fields here and there and scattering, and I said, that's not going to work because kids are going to run through that skeet range.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to walk around. People find the quickest, if they have a destination, they're going to find the quickest
The
route,
quickest way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
whichever you put in it. So,
And kids don't care about fences.
No.
right, right. Okay, so the survey methods. We did talk about that list that Lacey put out, which is the very last page here. And this was just the personal contact to get people to, of these different organizations, to try to reach the most people that we could. And as you can see, I will go ahead and as well and take the let me see, Lions Club, because I can do that one along with the Rotary. So if you want to put my name on that one. Montana 43 News. Now, I don't know if that obviously I do a lot of contact with Nancy Marks and Brenda over there and Sarah Tall Whiteman on Montana 43 News. But I don't think that's just for the office. I think that was to put it in the newspaper.
In the newspaper,
We're talking
yeah.
about putting in the newspaper, which I can talk with Nancy Marks and find out if she's willing to do that.
I'm sure there'll be a
us.
cost. I'm not sure if she'll do it for free or not, but
Yeah, yep. But I'll take that one on as well, and I will find out if there's going to be a cost. I don't think there would be, because it's a community service thing. We'll
Mhm.
see. We'll see. And so I'll go ahead and take that one on. Do any of you do baseball, softball, fry football, any of those?
I don't do any of those. Like, daughter's homeschooled, so I don't have much contact with the school itself, but I can make contact. Rod and Gun Club, I can do the Rod and Gun Club. Hard one about the Rod and Gun Club, they have more members that are not in the county than are in the county.
Okay. Well, there's still members of the.
There's quite a few, but when they put it out, they'll end up hitting, I'm not sure if they can hit it to just the county members.
Would have to ask Deb Randolph.
Yeah, so I'll ask
Okay.
about that.
Go ahead and put me down for Chamber of Commerce. I'll talk with Jenny Fellens on that and see if we can get that out on the Chamber of Commerce website as well. Maybe on the sign, the
And
big
I'll-
new sign that we just put up,
There you go.
$90,000 sign.
I can do the golf association.
So Madam
Okay.
Chairman, can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am?
Are you, these are to hand out surveys too? Is that what this is for? To hand out paper surveys? What are we signing up for?
Well, what these are is the contact person for those organizations to encourage people to take the survey. And then I think if we can, we haven't talked about methods yet, but if we can take postcards, if we have postcards made, I don't know if Great West will do that for us, but just the postcard with the QR code, and we can pass them out to people at the different meetings and say, just take, right now, 5 minutes. I know I could do it at Rotary. Take 5 minutes right here and just QR it on your phone and take the survey for me, please. And I think that, in that sense, some of these, as we talked about, Montana 43 News would be, can you put the notice in the paper? Chamber of Commerce, can you put it on your website? City of Townsend, can you put it on your website? As well as encouraging those people in the offices to take it too.
I'd say email would work on some of these too.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I get the email for the gun club.
Yeah.
She emails once a week, so that would be somebody to, if you could send it back to them with a link to
With
the
the
survey,
link to the survey.
saying, hey,
Right. I think that's the way. And BCDC has a huge, John Hahn has a huge list. And he maintains the nonprofits list as well. We have 102 nonprofits in this county.
Oh, wow.
And,
Yeah, there you go.
And so it's, yeah, and so Lacey's going to go ahead and talk with him about putting it out there on the, not only on the listserv that he's got, but maybe also in his newsletter that
okay.
he does.
But like the fitness club that I got, that'd be good for the cards or something. If I could give them a stack, so when their members come in there, they can grab them and.
Yeah, or any other businesses.
Yeah.
We have a lot of foot traffic if they can put the cards in.
Yep.
I think the postcard would be a good way to do it.
Yes.
Um,
Postcard and then an email if we can already have a template set up or something.
Like
we
the
could-
towns and schools, probably about in the library. A bunch of stack at the library desk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kids can take them home to their.
Kids can take them home, or I don't know if they still, the teachers send packets of stuff home with the kids to give to their parents.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not letting
If there's
do
some-
homework. Yeah, the good kid packets.
The good kid packets.
Yeah, look what I did in school today. Library and then with parents. Okay. All right. We'll get it out to the churches and stuff. We'll see what we can do to get that out.
It'd be like same thing. I think the postcards there they can set out
Mm-hmm.
where they walk in.
Yep. Or they can put it in their bulletin announcement at the end of church,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to have an input. But, okay, so basically what that then tells me is for the distribution, I think the best method is the postcards
Correct.
versus a full sheet leaflet or putting the whole survey out there.
Yeah.
I know you can put 7 questions on one piece of paper, but
I think the
maybe that would be one way to do it. At the library would be a good place maybe to do this for the older people who don't have the smartphones or don't do the
or
keyboard
the
stuff.
Christmas stroll to have the full sheet. That way you can hand those if they're set up. If we're set up somewhere, someone can walk in, grab it, fill it out, and toss it in the box.
Yep.
Yep.
Right, and if I remember correctly, we were going to do that right here, correct? In this room during Christmas stroll?
Jeannie, see if Jeannie Steele will let us down there in her
Because I
building.
think the 4-H has this room
Okay.
on that. day.
Jeannie's serving all that food all night, and that's where the people just come through. And if she could give us a table, I'll volunteer. Me and my wife will sit at the table if you want, because I love their apple cider. So that's. But yeah, we could sit there if Jeannie will let us sit there at the table. So when people come in, I can have a stack of these and cute whatever.
So full sheet, we'll need the full sheet surveys. So they can do them right there, just have a bunch of pens,
Yeah.
Mhm.
okay, or pencils, either way.
Yep.
Yeah. And if you want, I can ask Jeannie if we can do that.
Please?
Okay. I'll add that on the. Let me add it here somewhere.
I know I'm going to be working the Rotary float during the parade, but after that I'm uncommitted for the rest of the evening, so I'll go ahead and sit or stop in or whatever if we need help as well.
Okay.
Okay. So I think for the survey methods, then we have the postcard, emails, listservs, and then the full sheet surveys for handing out at the Christmas stroll, and then
Mhm.
whatever's left, we can put at the library too.
Put a library, yeah.
So that we can just let people know that if you don't have a smartphone or you don't have a computer access or whatever, you can do it.
I don't know if Greg can make us, like if we're sitting at a table, if he can make us some kind of something sign to attract attention of why we're sitting there. Because that place is packed in there with Jeannie. I mean, there's so many people, so if we got something, so we're not trying to holler and, they can see what we're doing. Parks and Rec
Mhm.
Board for survey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought we talked about him doing something like that.
We
I was
did,
making an easel or a quick little poster board.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
just to show the acreage.
To show the acreage
Put it on the
and
wall behind you or even
Mhm.
just on the table.
Yeah.
And then if he has that QR code, or even the email Survey Monkey or however,
Mhm.
if he has that link that he can send out on the listservs.
yep.
So, listserv links. Okay. All right. Then distribution groups, we kind of went over that. If there's any others you want to pick up. I just want, Lacey put this together because we really didn't want to duplicate
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure who's on the Broadwater. Well, Broadwater Community Foundation is still Turcotte, Helen Turcotte. And Broadwater County Fair Board, I don't know who's, do you know who the Fair Board is now?
Isn't, oh gosh, Jess Erickson? Jess Erickson, isn't she Jessica Erickson on the fair board?
I don't
I
know.
think she is. I can find out.
I will take the Community Foundation, and then I'll take the Fair Board as well, just to cover those.
I'm not on the board, but I go to the Lutheran Church. I could probably do that one.
Okay.
If we could, depending on
However,
how,
we'd welcome your help if you could,
Okay.
just to get the word out as well.
Okay.
do we know how many postcards we want to see if he can make? So say if we can get a stack, I'll run a stack to like Townsend Hardware and all, Ace Hardware, some of the other just local businesses, so they can set up by the cashier.
And Madam Chair, Jessica Erickson is the fair manager, but there's also Allison Costco who's also in here. Val Hornsfield, Daryl Fulford, Wednesdays are they're commissioners, but Taylor Snap, Warren Reiser. But Jessica Erickson would be probably the best one. She's the fair manager.
Okay.
Board members are here. She
I
was
think
Stenson.
Allison's easier to get hold of probably, but.
Yep.
Okay, that helps. Right, so local businesses, 10, 15 postcards?
Yeah.
Whatever each, okay. So, maybe if he could give us, what are you thinking, 500? Or are we gonna maybe need more than that? And the other question would be, are we going to mail it, postcard, to the county listserv? Or do you think that would be a little overdoing it? Let's see how I don't know how, they should be familiar with how they,
Let's see. What about all the,
this didn't show how they did it. I can't remember how we did this, the survey last time, other than having it out. I don't know that we mailed anything to anybody.
because you get into other communities like Winston and down towards Three Forks and stuff like that. I don't know, not many businesses or stuff down there, but getting their input too.
Right, because we always forget the south end of the county,
Mm-hmm.
and even Winston, and the folks even further than Winston.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Michael. So, and the tax mailings just went out too. Last
Yes, it
month.
did.
Yeah, they did.
And it would have been nice to just have the website take the rec survey.
Take the right side, a little QR code or something, yeah, something in there. I'll look to see if there is a, was it Wheat, Montana down there? Because I know they have an homeowners association down there. Wonder if they have an email or something. So I'll look into that.
Okay. Because I know that we talked about only having the survey open for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to give us enough time?
I think our biggest one's going to be what we put up here and Christmas stroll. Everybody out, like I said, the outer communities. We're doing it for them too, but it's a travel for them to come down to it. But
Right.
most of them have kids and stuff like that, so you build it, they might come. So
Right, especially if their kids are in the school.
correct.
And then we're talking baseball fields or
Mhm.
tennis courts or
Yeah.
whatever else that they see that not only the school needs, but the community might use for tournaments and things.
Mhm.
Yep.
The restaurant up there, Big Bull. I'll take some of the cards up there too.
Okay.
So we're just adding to our number of cards.
Yeah, and if we do the Christmas stroll, did you want to do the regular instead of the cards? you
Yes, I
wanna
want to have, yes.
Okay,
I
so I
think
don't know how
because
many-
those 7 questions should fit on one
do? I think
sheet.
so, yeah.
I think if we can get them to do the board and they can have the QR code, so if someone wants to do it on their phone or if they want the older folks that don't have the smartphones or whatnot,
Or if they're standing in line
and
there,
they're standing in
Yeah.
line, you
you
can
know, they might as well.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
So have it both ways for in there.
Yep, that makes sense.
Okay. So if we can ask them 500 postcards, I would say probably maybe 100 of the sheets. I hate killing trees,
Same.
but I think between how many seniors we have in the community
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and/or people who just don't, would prefer to just sit there and whip it out on a piece of paper than try to do it on their phone.
Correct.
Yep. I think that'll work. And then if they got the code on the front of the billboard, the thing there, that should cover it.
So do about a 100 full sheet, and then the email link and the QR code. QR link. Okay. And then we're doing in person. Obviously, we're doing in person.
I'll confirm that this week, and if I get it confirmed with Jeannie, I'll send an email out to everybody,
Do we hit?
or if she tells me no.
The Broadwater Community Foundation, the president is Carol Plymel.
Of which one? Oh,
Here.
BCF?
Broadwater Community Foundation. Yeah.
Carol Plymel.
That's what it says here. Maybe this is old. So if you think it's Helen Turcotte, that's
Well, I know Helen Turcotte's been on
involved.
it for so long. I mean, she started it, so. Okay. All right. So, any further discussion on the recreational master plan survey?
I think we got it down.
Yeah.
And do
Covered
we
it.
need any motions of any kind, or are you going to accept the 7 questions? Do you have to have any emotions or anything, or are we good with all that?
I think, well, if they, without having that final here,
And then adding the question I had.
adding Michael's
So we
question
can't
on.
really- okay, so you're going to have to get on and add that on that stream.
And then resend it back.
Okay.
I have the edited one, but it has 7 questions on it.
Proximate site visit was the 30th.
Let's see. I think it was I sent it out
I think this is the,
I sent it out November 7th. And then if you go down below, Lindsay sent the attachment with the corrections, I think.
that's what I got up right now, yeah.
Okay.
On November 7th?
Yeah, I sent it November 7th, everybody, both of them.
I have nothing on November 7th from
This one she
November
sent out.
4th, 6th. I don't have anything there. I have one on November 8th. Sorry, forgot to attach the attachment.
Yeah, and then after the 8th, there's another one where she's got the,
Attached okay, here's, yeah, you put the master plan survey on, I have it on November 8th, but that could be just because my phone didn't take it. And that one had 10.
Well,
Provide your
this one
email,
doesn't, though.
provide
Lindsay's
your
has 7. The one that she sent.
So Lindsay's was,
yeah, she's got 7.
We took some off and the ones that we wanted off.
okay, so track changes doc.
I could send it back
Oh,
out.
she did have expand the golf course to 18 holes. And then she took off some of the duplicative stuff that we talked about.
Is your email back up and running yet, or?
No, I gave her a new email for me.
Okay.
Okay, so let me,
Well, I guess she can send it.
let me forward, I can forward that to you.
This, I don't know if you've seen, there's what, that's her
the
correction.
question right
Yeah.
now.
Word.
Right, so really it's 5 questions, and then at the bottom, provide any other comments and provide your email address to receive updates. But what we'd like to do is amend the survey with the added, should the lease for the Rod and Gun Club be extended past 2029?
Okay,
Do we
I
need
sent
to
it- I sent it to you.
clarify that for the skeet range? Or, because we don't want to tear down the building for the,
Right.
how would we work? How would we word that? That they could keep, I guess this is skeet range. So if the community comes back saying they don't want the skeet range, then when they redo the lease, we can go, well, you can keep the building for the lease, but you don't have the whole property.
Yeah, that would, yeah, because otherwise the building's gonna stay
So
there.
the
yeah.
state range lease,
The area for the skeet range.
area of the skeet range.
Yes.
I just sent that to you, Mike.
Okay, thank you.
So should we word it, should the commissioners renew the skeet range lease
For the Rod and Gun Club.
for the Rod and Gun Club past 2029?
Yeah.
Or should we just put the current lease for the Rod and Gun Club on that property is 2029? Should
Mhm.
they retain it, or renew it, or release it?
Yeah. Hmm.
Or, I mean, we should put, yeah, should the commissioners, whoever they are at that time,
Yep.
and it is Old Baldy Rod and Gun Club, right?
I think, is it Old Valley or is it just Broadwater?
I think it's Broadwater. Let me pull it
Broadwater.
up here.
Yeah, it's Broadwater.
Yeah, Broadwater Rod and Gun Club.
Skeet range lease.
Yeah, and it is trap shooting out there.
Oh, it's trap, not skeet?
No, trap out
Oh, okay.
Indian Creek.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll just
Renew the
read it.
Broadwater Rod and Gun Club skeet range lease beyond the current 2029.
They have-
Do we need to, I'm just thinking out loud, would that confuse people for thinking the range up Indian Creek, or is it? Or,
Skeet range lease at Connors Field,
there
There.
you go,
or
yeah.
at
Yeah.
Connors Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Somebody would say, "You're gonna shut down the
You're gonna
range?"
shut, yeah, you're gonna shut the range down. It's, I'm not looking to do that, it's trying
Beyond
to
the current
clarify.
2029 lease year. Beyond the current 2029.
So just to be clear, you're gonna add that, somebody needs to add that to, and then
That'll be question, yeah, that'll be.
send that off, because we're not gonna have another meeting by the time this goes out.
So as long as that's put in there,
Send it to 'em.
do we need to?
Yeah, we gotta do it today.
Yeah, well,
We'll
but
have to,
do we need to vote it in, make a motion and vote it, as long as that question's in there, type deal?
right, I just wanna get the right, they might
verbiage.
wanna reword it, but I
Mhm.
have, should the county commissioners renew the Broadwater Rod and Gun Club skeet range lease beyond the current 2029 lease year at Club skeet range lease at Connors Park beyond the current 2029 lease year? Or is that confusing? Beyond the current,
Lease agreement?
or just beyond the 2029 agreement?
Please,
Or beyond the 2029 lease? Should the county commissioners renew the Broadwater Rod and Gun Club skeet range lease at Connors Park
Beyond
the-
beyond 2029?
beyond 2029? Or maybe beyond the 2029 term? I mean, beyond 2029. Okay, if somebody asks the question, well, what does that mean? Well,
Mhm.
they already have a current lease for 10 years and it extends. Or should I just put a sentence at the beginning of that said, Rod and Gun Club currently has a lease until 2029?
Yeah, the current lease at the Rod and Gun Club expires in 2029. Do you feel this should be extended or not?
Yeah.
Okay, say that one again.
Oh, geez.
The Rod and Gun Club currently has a lease.
The Broadwater County Rod and Gun Club currently and of course where it's at
At Connorsfield, yeah.
Connors Field. Now I got it all.
That's
messed
okay.
up.
Currently has a use lease
For the skeet range that expires in 2029.
Should the commissioners,
Extend, or would other uses be more valuable to the community.
And then you could have pretty much answer A, be extend current lease, or B, terminate and
Other use.
reuse property for other recreation needs, something.
And I think, I don't know, I mean, there's a lot of members there.
Okay, should the commissioners renew the lease, or just should the lease be?
I'd say, I'll leave
Should
the
the lease-
commissioners out of it, just say, should the lease be renewed?
Should be, yeah.
Should the lease be renewed upon
That's what I was looking at
expiration?
question two, because it says, where do you live? City, Townsend, in the county, elsewhere. Are we actually, like I said, if it goes out to the Rod and Gun Club, every one of them's gonna come back.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would guess the Rod and Gun Club is going to kind of do the surveys for us, for the memberships, because they're going to want every member to fill this out. So I'd say the Rod
Which
and
is
Gun Club-
fine.
Yeah, because I think there's 600 members.
She said 500
Mhm.
something.
So I bet you they get almost,
Almost that. I know
90%.
quite a few don't live within the county.
right.
There's quite a few, they said it's in Gallatin County and then Lewis and Clark. But,
Yeah, those people will definitely have that respond.
mm-hmm.
Well, and maybe even the golf folks too. But
Yeah, that too.
okay, so the Broadwater Rod and Gun Club currently has a use lease for a skeet range at Connors Park until 2029. Should the lease be renewed upon expiration in 2029?
The
Yeah.
lease be renewed.
Should the lease
Or
be renewed?
other uses pursued. Or,
Well, yes or no.
Yeah, yes or
That's-
no.
You got to keep it yes or no.
yes, yeah.
And then should the lease be renewed upon expiration in
Yeah.
2029?
Yeah.
Yes
Yep.
or no?
Yep.
Okay, so we will make sure we get that forwarded to Great West,
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, okay? All right,
And do we
moving
need
on.
a motion on approving those?
The words?
Or approving, well, not, yeah, approving the
survey.
question of the survey so we can go straight, or does it need to be approved by the board?
Well, we didn't really even make a motion on the rest of them, but I think, for the record, why don't we go ahead and just,
I'll let you come up with that.
Second.
okay, for the record,
For
the
the record,
question
I'll make a,
concerning the Rod and Gun, well, that's good. The question concerning Rod and Gun Club will be added to the survey, and we'll forward that to Jerry this week, so that we can get that done quickly. All right, on to new business.
new business.
New business. I was approached by Stacy Summer on the question about McCarthy Park, on whether it's a county city park or is it strictly a city park.
Refresh my
And-
memory on which one's McCarthy.
McCarthy's the one up here with the ball fields.
Okay, perfect.
And Stacy Summers, the one that just did the new Heritage Park playground
Mhm.
equipment. And she is working with another Eagle Scout and also working to get more grants to do a 100 by 100 new playground at McCarthy Park, because those swings and playground, it's 1950s equipment, and it's due for an upgrade. And she would like to make it an all abilities playground like she did at Heritage Park. If it is truly, completely, 100% city property and city park, and the school pays into that as a county school, then we have no, it's not in our
Ours,
bailiwick.
yeah.
All we can do is support her
Mhm.
through a letter of support if she requests it, and
Correct.
I would do that anyway. But that, just to let you know that is moving forward, and I will let her know that we have no ducks in that game,
Okay.
other
Yeah,
than,
yeah, if it's 100% city, then nothing for us.
right. I mean, we've played when we were the city county board, we played in Holloway Park, we played in Heritage Park, adding equipment, adding skate parks and that kind of stuff too. So, but I will let her know to press forward with the city.
Okay.
Sounds
And
good
as
to
far
me.
as I know, Abra, that was true, right?
That's what my
I'll-
husband said, but I don't know. He worked for the city. He's the one that managed that park. So I took care of it, but that doesn't mean.
I'll
She
find
probably
out.
needs to find out from Vicky for sure.
I'll find
Mayor
out.
Browser.
Yeah. Other than that,
Has there been any more discussion on the mill giving or donating land? I know somebody said, is that?
okay,
I was just wondering if there's, just for my knowledge, is there any more?
they're
Talk about
they're
it.
they're looking at the buyer, MBAC with Obert.
Okay.
And Adam Six and a few of the others are in conversation with the buyer to potentially donate 20 acres of that land for a county park or a county use for multi sports facility, parking, whatever. But yes, they're
Okay, so they're still.
they're still in negotiations because it hasn't changed hands yet.
Yeah.
And I guess the widow is talking about, when she sells it and gives it, and whether they're going to do that before she sells it or not.
Okay.
So the last update I had from Adam Six was just before we went to go walk the property that day, was that they were working with Brian Obert and MBAC and trying to get a business put in there, but have that business also donate. I don't know what kind of incentive they would get
Yeah.
from the county or for business donation and that kind of stuff. So, but that, yes, that would be a wonderful, even if we had a parking lot on the other side of the street for
Correct.
ours. Other than that, I don't have anything else. I know there are some of the interest groups are eagerly awaiting this Parks and Rec survey to see if they want to proceed on doing that 10 acres at Centerville. The dog park from Linda McCullough and the Peace Pole
Yeah.
meditation park. And of course, Stacy's still talking about the walking trail for
Walking trail.
people to go around. And then the trails group that I'm liaison for as well also is eagerly awaiting whether they can, that portion of the trail, get it off of the road and we'll be able to go through that county property for the
okay.
trail that's going to connect from Frontage to Delger.
Oh, okay.
So, and whether that's going to be able to happen or not. That's all I have. Any comments from either of you?
No, we got.
Any additional new business or anything?
Not for me.
Okay.
Not for me, no.
All right. Anything from you, Ms. Aubra? Any updates?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then we have our next meeting scheduled Monday, December 16th. And,
Actually, I'll look for the Christmas stroll. I know you're gonna do down at Jenny's down there.
If she'll, yeah.
If
I'll
she'll
find
let
out
us.
this week, yeah.
Is there anything else we need to do for that? Set up for that? For.
if we can get the postcards, and you're going to be walking the stroll, I would say take some postcards in your pocket
Hand them out. Perfect.
and hand them out, or just in conversations with people, say, hey, by the way, Parks and Rec Board for the county is looking for input.
Yeah, because the stroll's before our next meeting, so.
Yes.
Need to.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I'll get with everybody as soon as I find something out.
Okay.
Okay, and make sure you come down to the Legion. We're having our pie and cookie sale.
Nice.
Ah,
We have key lime, real key lime pie,
Key lime
and
pie.
pecan pie. And,
making it hard for people to stick to their
well,
diet.
that's
Yeah.
why you walk up
That's
and
why you
down.
walk up and down.
That's why you stroll and eat. You eat and stroll. Okay, well, at that, then, nothing further. I adjourn the meeting. Thank you all
Thank you.
for a wonderful night.
Yeah.
I think that was a good
Chilly
input,
night.
Michael. I appreciate it.
A chilly night.
Yeah.
Chilly, yes.
I just thought it'd be a good question to have because if they're in the middle of it,